I will make a backup recording.
Hold on, I know where to look.
Google gods.
I know where to look to see if it's recording everything. Come on, where are you? Documents. Is it in documents? No, it's just in videos. Come on. Why is it not working? Why? Is it just F9? Nope, that just opens up the decals menu. Come on! Peck. I think whatever it is, the interface is... The overlay is derped.
I suggest we shan't tarry much longer. Time is scarce.
Okay. Wow, you might just have to record because it is refusing to do it on my end.
Well, already rolling. Let's do this.
Alright. Sorry to have to make you do it, but heh. This is the first time I ever had it flat out not work. Okay.
Technology.
So, if you recall, when we left off last time, we were entering into the dungeon of the keep on Captain Morgan's private isle. So, as you step inside, you notice there are 4 major cells ahead of you. And the first one on your right looks as if a bomb had gone off in it. Like, you see what looks like an impact crater on the far wall, and a lot of the cell bars are like bent outwards and just outright snapped. And everything in there is just charred, and it looks like a bomb went off inside there. The first one on your left is empty, but the last two, the further 2 on both sides, you see there are people in it.
Volofik nods at the bombed cell and says, "Looks like my room when I was 8.
You threw pommels in your room? Said Frederick. I have to look to check what his name is. What kind of irresponsible parent allows children to throw pommels?
Are you serious? If they'd thrown a pommel in there, there wouldn't be a cell left.
It's a very well-built cell.
Oh boy. Okay, what are the other cells?
Volofik shrugs and says, "Where there's a will, there's a way." Not that my mom wasn't responsible, but that I was very irresponsible. And he grins a little.
Well then. So you're going to... Josh, I heard you say you're going to investigate the other 2 cells?
Sure. Yeah.
Within both of them, while there's a few that you don't recognize, there are also plenty that you do from your old crew.
I'm going to look around to see if there's a key. Otherwise, I'll start to see if I'll have the easy time of unlocking things.
I'm gonna look around to see if there's any guards we need to worry about first.
Oh yeah, are there?
You passed by 1 guard on your way in, and that's all you've seen. This is a fairly small dungeon.
Is he within earshot of...
No, he's on the other side of a closed door, and if I remember, he was asleep. He was asleep when you first arrived, so he's probably not paying too close attention, because you guys just look like other guards.
Well, completely forgetting that I look like another guard, and not like my standard amazing self, I walk right up to one of the cells. Ladies! Do you remember me?
Well, Volofik cringes a little and is like, "Shh."
Well, you do kind of look like yourself. You're just dressed like a guard.
What's
Right.
more, I'm pretty sure that his crewmates would recognize that character 100 yards away.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Volafik goes over and just leans on the door. Just
The
as
door-
a precaution.
The door going into the dungeon?
Yes.
Okay. The people in the cell you walk up to look up. A few of them look very confused, but these are mostly people who you don't recognize. And hold on, I need to look at the names you sent me.
I didn't really come up with many names. I didn't have time.
Other than for ravioli, you're right.
There was also Robin Bohr.
Who?
Is ravioli just a gratuitous Italian stereotype?
Yes, he is.
Of course.
Oh, mamma mia!
Yes. Yeah. In particular, you see two dwarven twins, Rob and Boar, looking up at you.
No.
Say,
No, their names are both Han, and their names are both Han, and their last name is Baguette, so it's Han Baguette. Except it's the Russian spell. Except it's the German spelling of Han, though, just to make it even more mixed up. So they're like Russian and they're like German and French. My brain is sleep deprived right now. Don't worry about it.
so Josh, are they Rob and Boar, or are they both Han?
They're both Han.
Okay.
One's H-A-N, one's Han, one's Han.
Alright, so the Han brothers, two dwarfs who manned your cannons, I think? Is that what it was?
No, wait.
Yeah.
Does that make it Han Juan Baguette then?
Oh, no.
Just that one with the Spanish Juan.
Come on, you used to know.
Okay,
Just every time you look, they're a different nationality.
Let's
Moving
move on.
on!
There is no moving on from this.
Okay.
We will be stuck thinking of punny pirate names all night.
Yeah, the rest of the game we're just gonna come up with gratuitous racial stereotypes based on punny names.
Okay now. I flex and make the tattoo
Oh,
appear.
God.
It appears above the image. It's magic. You should do that. Yeah, let's go with that.
The Han brothers say, I can't decide if they're supposed to be French or Scottish.
French.
Why not both?
Why not both?
They're both. They're literally both. They're
They swap
half
back and
French,
forth every
half
6
Scottish.
That's harder.
Depending on what
What-
you're talking
what-
about, they're either French or Scottish.
One is French, the other is Scottish.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Born between the alliance between the French and the Scottish.
Oh. Nope, Sir Dork.
He'll be back.
Okay.
Oh no!
Alright.
Shall return.
The server
Okay,
failed.
So, it didn't fail for the rest of us.
Well, it's failed for me.
Let me send you another invite.
Your computer is pathetic. Don't
Yes, it is.
Anyways, okay. So, one of them looks at you, Sidon, and he goes, Oh, Sidon, it's you! How did you get here?
Yeah, he doubts my ways. You can just see the flexing pose I'm making, can't you?
Everyone just unanimously nods.
And the other one, the French one, turns back to all the others. It says, oh goodness, now I have to think of how to do a French accent.
Oh,
Oh,
Just say Han. Just
Wait.
just do that every third word. Then you're good.
oh wait, I knew a French guy once. I could just try to imitate him, but I'll imitate him badly. But that makes it better.
Oh yeah, of course.
Ooh, everyone, this is the old captain, say Sidon.
That is actually a very good overacted French accent.
Actually, yes, I've heard French people sound like that. So
Yeah, it's because I'm imitating an actual French person.
okay.
Exaggerating it, but still. But the other, I almost said students. Well, students, prisoners, same thing, really.
Oh, that's too deep. That's too deep.
The other prisoners seem excited and start to get up. Well, Sidon, what do you plan to do here?
Take back my crew, so that we can take back my ship. Are you with me yet on me?
Aye! Ho 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 ho!
Alrighty then.
We grabbed a bunch
Did I
of
find a
weapons.
key when I was looking? Or am I going to have to break them out myself?
I don't remember.
Sorry.
I don't think you guys took the key from the guy on your way
Okay.
in. So no, you do not
I
have.
have a big enough disabled device. That's what I would use, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a big
we
enough
grabbed
bonus
weapons
that I
from
could
them, right?
probably open the door pretty easily.
Did we grab weapons for them? We grabbed, right?
Does anyone have it noted down that you did?
I believe we did. We did
We did.
grab weapons, and that was where the debate on whether or not to take all the weapons
Okay.
came from.
Yeah,
I think we grabbed a few
Suitable
bows.
generic weapons and armor for the crew members.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just some generic weapons, bows. Shoved it into our bags to give to the prisoners when we got down here.
Yeah.
Y'all
So,
wouldn't let me take the more fancy stuff. Probably rightfully.
yeah, I'll assume you took. I'll assume you took enough weapons for all of them.
Yeah.
Alright.
Between the two cells, you have about 10 people.
Okay.
I drove a sword at the bars, expecting it to go through.
It does not go through. It clangs against the bars and clatters to the floor.
I just stop that for a second. I can open the door, and then I'm going to do disable device to open the door. I'm
Roll.
pretty sure I could probably win this even if I took a 10, because I got plus 20 to disable device.
Holy cow, man.
Dang.
Rogues.
Rogues.
High level rogues.
Rogues.
I mean, do you want me to roll for it or not? Or do you think I could take 10 should work fine?
What is your bonus again?
Plus 20 to disable device.
We're in a non-combat
You can take
situation. You could easily take 20 if you wanted to.
You can
Okay.
take 10.
I'll take the 10. I'll open both the doors with my lockpicks.
And the doors come open with ease. These were not very complicated locks. At least not for someone of your skill.
Yo!
Okay, now you can handle the weapons.
We throw the weapons on the ground merrily.
Please
All-
don't break
All
the
of the people will run up and start grabbing the ones that they want. Meanwhile, Han... Are they identical twins, is my question.
Of course they are.
Okay,
Except
good.
Just like an all-mate, one has a different left ear.
Is
okay.
one wearing a kill and one having a gun in hand? I'm joking.
No, they're all wearing prisoners' clothes, of course. You know, the standard Skyrim intro clothes?
No, it's like somehow inexplicably there's a kill.
So one of them, one of
A
the
prisoner's guild.
Hanses,
Tarkin
Yes.
is a prison stripes.
Yes.
one of the Hanses walks up to you, Sidon, and says, But we don't know where Ravioli is. She escaped. She escaped quite some time ago.
I hope you be okay. Who was he again?
What?
Sidon's stupid. He can't remember anyone else himself.
He doesn't even remember who Ravioli is?
His first mate.
Well, I guess it's all the same then.
Yarr!
Now he's German. Now he's turning German.
He's from that area of France, you know, the Alsace-Lorraine region. He knows a little bit of German. Alrighty then.
So
Hey.
where to, Captain?
Fuss! We free the crew! We'd be open to ideas!
And Frederick just kind of facepalms. Oh, wow, you disconnected.
Keep going. I'll just reconnect.
Okay. Frederick just kind of facepalms. He's like, "You have no plan whatsoever, do you?"
We kill Captain Morgan and reclaim the ship!
That's not a plan. That's a goal.
Does he ever have a real plan? I mean, I'm
Well-
just curious. I've only met him for a little bit.
Well,
Sometimes,
Volofik,
yes, sometimes.
Volofik steps away from the door to interject and says that they had a plan, but along the way they kind of just started improvising, like any good performance, of course. And the script kind of went out the window. However, Volofik adds that they do have someone watching the front doors of Captain Morgan's mansion.
Our plans, they be based on Halton still being dead.
So,
He's not dead, Captain.
He killed him himself, but here he be, walking with the living.
Well, it doesn't. Okay.
I thought resurrection magic was kind of common.
Josh,
It is.
sun on.
What?
Shit, I left the sun on. That was like, you left the light on. What light? Oh, there's
Oh my goodness.
oh shit, I left the sun on.
hi, person.
Hello!
What
She's
is
already
this?
She's already gone.
Read.
She's
Did
getting
she-
left-
Did she at least hear my re?
No, she was gone before that. She was just
Aw.
complaining that my dad was complaining that she left the sun on.
Oh no, I left the sun on.
Yep.
I'm still on where I live, too.
Oops.
What if and God's turning it off to save some power, right?
Just as long as the bulb doesn't burn out.
Yep.
That'd
If
be
we
a
have
problem.
solar panels, it's not really a waste to turn it off.
Anyways,
Yes, let's continue.
Wait.
Let's continue.
So,
So-
Volofik
so-
says that he has a collection of magics arranged that should enable a quick and as long as there isn't any countermeasures, easy takedown of Captain Morgan. But just because something should be easy doesn't mean it will.
indeed. Well,
Talking to the prisoner. How confident be we in taking hold of this here as making it us our bastion?
Say again.
How confident be we in taking over this here fort and making it our bastion? He says,
Yard.
with the yar on the end.
Aye.
Well, there's like 10 of us, well, more with you, but even with all of us here, they outnumber us at least 5-1.
Volofik also points out that if they start a ruckus now, that Captain Morgan's mansion will be subsequently locked down.
Yes, and speaking of that, says Frederick, how do you plan on getting out of here with the guards sitting post outside? We can't exactly sneak 10 prisoners by.
Volofik gestures to you and says, "Aren't you wearing guard outfits?"
Yes, but are you able... We walked in with like 7 people. I think he's gonna notice if we walk out with 17. Guard disguises or not.
Jumping up and down.
Mm.
Oh. Mandatory prisoner exercise training.
In the middle of
Volofik
night.
says, "I don't think that exists."
Even if it did, it wouldn't be at midnight. Or whatever time it is right now, but it's dark.
Yeah, Volofik is just going to do something very simple and pull a fast one on the guard outside. So what he's going to do is he's going to distract them, then you all walk by while he has the guard distracted, and nobody will be the wiser.
That could work too.
How do you plan on distracting him?
The same way I might
With his wizardly wiles? How else?
Yard be foolproof.
Actually, I was going to... I was going to challenge him to a children's card game with betting stakes.
Oh,
it's not
you
like
just
he's
left
been
the
doing
voice.
anything else down. It's not like he's been doing anything else down here while he's on post.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
That'd be a good plan, but not quite as good as the wiles.
All right, so
Oh, there.
Somehow disconnected from the voice chat.
Oh darn, man. Do you need catching up?
Only
there's
for the
nothing-
last 3 seconds.
Yeah, he didn't
Oh,
miss
yeah, I missed
anything.
anything.
Just more discussion on what to do.
We're gonna
Wizardly
pull a
Wilds
fast one
versus
on,
children's
yeah.
card game.
With Literally Wiles or Children's Game, which
So
okay.
Volofik
Yeah,
says, "Are there any disagreements?" He looks over the group. "I'll take your silence as a no." And then he steps back outside and deliberately positioning himself so that when he taps the guard on the shoulder and the guard turns over to look at him, the guard will be facing the wall. Volofik taps the guard on the shoulder.
The guard slowly wakes up and turns to you. What? What you want? I don't think he was Southern last time we played, but he is now.
Well, he wasn't awake last time we played, so he can be whatever you want.
Reality can be whatever I want.
Endgame memes.
So,
That's an Infinity War, Wayne. Get your movies right.
They're 2 parts of the same movie. It's 5 hours long.
Okay, let's keep going.
So if the guy was just asleep, then none of this was actually necessary. In which
Well,
case,
it's
my plans would have been
necessary now
different.
since he's awake.
He's
Well-
necessary now.
Well,
he's
you
awake.
would have known that he was asleep, so I'll let you take that back. Because you
Yes.
would have noticed he was asleep before you tapped on his shoulder.
Yes.
I thought,
So...
I'm not gonna pull a gotcha on you on something like that.
If
So,
it was
yeah.
Sidon, we wouldn't be able to take it back because we wouldn't notice. Oh, we would notice it.
So yeah, Volofeet goes to tap the guard on the shoulder and then stops, noticing that the guard is in fact asleep. So he peeks back into the room, makes a be quiet sign with a finger to his lips, and then gestures for them to come forward.
I walk forward.
Yep, I guess we do our best to sneaky out of the room.
Yes, I'm going to require a stealth check from everyone, just to make
Oh,
sure that
dear.
you don't get too loud.
alrighty.
Yeah.
You might have done screwed us over on that one.
As an aside, being asleep gives you a minus 20 penalty to perception.
Yeah. So you guys would have to roll really bad to screw this up.
Or he
How is a
rolls
5
really
do?
well.
A 5, you'll find out how a 5 do.
I got a 29. I almost got an at 20.
We gotta see we gotta see Yoko's stealth roll of
Yeah,
1
we
billion.
gotta see Yoko's.
Boop.
So is she a fox right now?
Yeah, she turned into a human to undo the locks, but then after a while she's like, let's go back to being slightly more sneaky. So she's back to being a fox.
Rogues, not existing since forever.
Zemo still doesn't believe there was a fox in the cart, and wholeheartedly believes that the fox showed up later.
Rogues, so good at hiding that you forget they even exist.
Plot twist, Yoko never existed and she was a figment of everyone's imaginations.
Wait, Yoko's here?
Then how did the doors get unlocked?
Oh goodness.
Alright, let's keep going. Oh wait, I have to roll for the 10 people.
Just do a group roll. No, I'm joking.
Unless the first roll is
Okay.
natural one.
So everyone rolled their stealth. Josh, did you bring your fish with you down there?
The fish is stable with the horses.
Okay. Did I get it? I did not get a stealth roll from everyone. Who did I not get one from? Oh wait. I didn't roll for the other 2 PCs. That's what's going on. Okay, they rolled high enough. I don't need to look at their bonuses. And you know how I know they rolled high enough? With the minus 20, the DC for the roll was...
A negative number.
Wow!
Wow!
Okay.
You know, we just don't mess that up. It's us.
So, you guys quickly start running. Well, you start sneakily running up the stairs with the prisoners with you. And soon enough, you made it to the exit of the dungeon. And you're looking towards the... You're looking towards, the inner area of the keep. As far as you can tell from looking outside at a glance, you don't see anyone. But you do remember from your way in, there was the odd person walking about. And
So-
there were a few people by the gate.
Perception check.
Alright,
Just a precautionary perception check.
roll.
28.
Looking more closely, you still do not see anyone. The coast seems clear.
Volofix,
For the general area,
Volofix says as a precautionary measure, they should probably split into groups of 5. Or so.
With the guard prisoners, right?
Well, considering everyone's dressed in the guard's own armor,
You know
or
what?
otherwise
You're right.
disguised,
You're right. Good point.
everyone magically disguised has to stay with him, though, for obvious reasons.
Yeah. Good details.
So that's all of the party.
Yes.
Except for you, technically, but
Yeah, Yoko's just a fox traveling with us for
Yeah.
no reason. Because no one can even see it.
Well, I reckon I could find my way out of the fort, but I wouldn't know how to. If anyone stops us, I wouldn't know how to BS my way out of a situation.
I guess you'd leave that to Lizard Man.
Well,
Well, Bullafix says that he can't be in two places at once, as much as he's attempted to do so in a few previous shows.
Yes.
Yoko will set her paw on the guy's foot and be like in the best fox form way of being like, "Don't worry, I'll deal with it." If someone shows up,
Alright.
and shows off her charmingly foxy body.
Oh boy! Oh boy!
resist urge to make a furry joke.
Tries to look away.
I'm going to pretend I didn't see that.
It's like it's trying to communicate.
Tries to look away.
Now he's turning Australian instead of Scottish. I can't
He
do
was Southern
accent.
earlier.
I know I
I
can't
can do it. I can do a decent Scottish accent if you need me to do it.
I just need to focus on keeping the accent consistent. I just need to continue imitating Demo Man.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I had bronchitis last week, so I've still got a bit of. Okay, so
Well,
it's all
I've
about-
always found that the best way to focus in on the Scottish vibe is to say laddie.
Laddie!
Oh, you know who else? I know who else I could imitate. I have an idea. Okay. All right. Well, it's like your little fox here is trying to communicate, and it's still not working. Okay, going back
You
to
sound
Demo
like
Man.
Steve Irwin.
Yeah, I know. I'm turning Australian again.
Oh, mate, sounds like the fox is trying to communicate.
I can do Australian, but that's apparently the only one I can do consistently,
Okay,
whether I
maybe
want
it's
to or not.
Australian instead of Scottish. All right.
No, one of the
Hey,
one of the prisoners is just like suddenly is Sexton Hale.
No, that one is deep like this one, mate. Okay, anyways. Where's my headset? What is my headset called? Okay. He just says...
you could talk
it's like it's trying to-
Connery.
Okay. I'm just gonna... For this one sentence, I'm gonna give up on the accent, and he just... And the Scottish Hans says... It's like this... It's like it's trying to communicate.
Yeah, I think that's what it's trying to do.
not flirt? I thought it was trying to flirt.
I'm
Do you
just
say
going.
that?
I said I was going to pretend I didn't see that, so the fox is just communicating. Insinuate
Volafix,
anything more and you
Yeah,
will face my wrath.
yeah, Volafix says that if trouble comes up, the fox will get you out of a jam. Just trust us. You'd be surprised how far that fox has gotten us.
That's a good point. Most of the way into
Okay.
the smoke, I have to think of it.
It's our good luck fox. He gives a thumbs up and then starts walking.
I imagine he does it with a cheesy grin.
Yes.
Which looks kind of unsettling on a lizard man.
Magic disguises. He does not currently have the appearance of a lizard man.
Anyways, so I'm gonna have... Actually, no, I'm not gonna have you roll stealth yet. So, what group is going first? The party with Volothic?
Yes.
Yes.
Minus the fox?
Yes.
Alright.
So-
Why is there a frog in my throat? This is not going away. Goodness.
So our goal is simply to get out of here, yes? Then let's head back toward the gate.
Yes. You step outside, and as you start walking down the streets, you do not see hardly... You see one person on the street walking the other direction. But other than that, you don't see anyone else until you get to the exit and walk past the two people guarding the gate.
What time is it in game?
See if I have any notes. I don't think I do.
It should
Regarding
be
what time?
somewhere around or two.
It is... I'll say it's around 2 a.m.
Okay. So the lack of people does not send off any alarm bells.
Yes.
So Volafik gives a casual wave to one of the guards as he leaves without saying anything, and
The casual wave is returned.
just keeps walking down the road as if he was meant to be there.
Alright. What group is going next? The one Yoko is going to be guiding, or the one that Frederick is going to be guiding?
I guess, whichever one,
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can take the On and Juan and
Yeah.
the other guy. There. We got our groups made. I don't know if anyone's even looking at actual.
I'm seeing it.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7 prisoners.
10.
Oh, that's right. I didn't count Juan and Han. I'm dumb.
Oh my goodness.
Who's Belle?
She's a cat.
Oh.
Cat ball. She's
That's-
the one that Yoko would probably.
Oh yeah. Okay, that one. Okay. You didn't name
You have
her.
a cat in your crew?
Yeah.
You don't?
She's the one
Well-
that sleeps atop the mast and claims she's a lookout.
Sleep.
She just
does
sleep
that-
out.
No, she just does that because she's a Manx breed of cat person, and Manxes like to be a pie.
I think Yoko and Belle will get along decently.
In any case, if I could like clear my throat at any point and have it actually work. Okay. Yoko, as you lead the other group, the second group out, you encountered no major... You encounter two guards, other guards inside the keep as you make your way out, but no alarm bells are... No one seems to find anything weird about you with the other guards. And
But there's still
outside-
sirens going off in the background.
I know, I still hear siren.
Pay no attention to the sirens behind the curtain. That is on the other side of the fourth wall.
Oh yeah, speaking of sirens, when we were in Rome, a bunch of us got so bored waiting for the buses that we made up the Italian ambulance siren dance.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh no.
Ah, well, that's not great. I'm looking out my window, and a fire truck and an ambulance just went by.
Oh boy.
Ah.
And
That's
then instead of just keeping on going down the road, they pulled into a nearby apartment
boy.
complex.
Well, keep an eye out until
Oh,
juicy
boy.
gossip's in.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, let's keep going.
I don't expect anything major to come of it.
The question is, you guys never discussed a meeting point.
Well,
So,
I thought we were
Volof-
gonna meet basically outside the castle.
yeah, Volofik is just continuing to go down the road, so
Hey, just
so
so
that
you know,
way he will still be within sight when the when the second group comes out the door.
And if all else fails, if he gets too far away, Yoko can just follow his scent to connect at least her group to theirs.
Can Frederick follow their scent though?
I can go back after we meet back up. It's that simple.
Yeah.
You can't communicate your plans to anyone.
Well,
wonder how-
once we meet up, we can get back together. I can help get us back together.
I
All
wonder how
right.
Frederick feels about the fox that beat the ever-living daylights out of him and then befriended him.
Mixed feelings.
Money.
He feels money.
Because you guys gave him money.
Feel the money. Feel the
Sadly,
money
humans
and
cannot feel the emotion closeness.
yeah, feel the money and the thinly veiled death threats.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
All
Okay,
right.
so,
Let's
Okay.
actually do
How's
things.
Yoko's group do?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
How's the group do?
so yeah, Volofeet continues leading the PC group down the road at a leisurely pace without turning into the tree line.
All right.
Boom.
And
Great to be.
Yoko's group comes out close enough behind you that you can still see him. And a little longer later, maybe about 5 minutes later, you see Frederick lead his group out. And you see him actually stop for a moment and talk with some of the guards outside stationed to guard the gate.
Oh my.
Volofeek growls a little. Volofeek growls a little bit, but keeps walking.
Wait, shit, my fish.
Isn't he?
Oh, I will assume that you stopped to pick him up on your way out,
Okay.
because that's not
Either
something
that or
Sidon
just
would
wait.
forget.
Either that or just wait a couple more minutes and then have him swim out top speed and the guards will never even notice.
You won't see what seems to be a giant horse, overly sized horse running past them.
Well, that's the thing. How fast can he swim through the air?
Really fast.
Exactly.
All right. It's 2 a.m. It's pitch black out. They're tired. So long as he moves at breakneck speeds, they are not going to notice the large dark thing.
And they may or may not have been drinking on the job.
That's exactly what happens.
Because
Fish
they're
just swims
pirates.
out. Fish just swims at max speed to Sidon as he passes by, forgetting to pick him up.
And also,
And just imagine the two pirate guards there. I wonder what that was. Who cares?
If we were being serious about it, I would have pointed out he'd be far outside the range of any sort of illusion spell. If they
Yeah.
were actually that separated.
He's still just, moving quickly through the night, so they don't even know what they see.
At any rate,
Yeah, I was just
So-
about
Okay,
to
so
say.
Frederick's talking to the guards.
Yes. And after a few moments, about a minute of talking, he starts walking again. But by this point, you are all out of his vision. So let's go to the big map.
All right.
I'm just gonna label it 3 figures 1, 2, and 3 in the order that they left. So 1 and 2, position yourselves. You guys didn't meet up.
I mean, I was like, did you stop at some point, Wowie?
nope.
Ah.
Just keeping on moving at a leisurely pace.
Okay. I guess Yoko's going to just kind of like let the rest of the party keep following them since you said they were in eye distance so you could see them. And Yoko's just going to sit there so he can at least see what direction to go to. Because of a fox. Yoko's going not try to be actually be able to be seen for long enough that he can see which way to go.
So, TLDR version, Yoko is stopping Party 2 at the bend.
Yes.
So they can at least Party 3 can catch up.
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Seeing that Party 2 has stopped, Volofik puts up a hand and stops Party 1.
Party 1 stops with Volofik stopping them.
So, at length, Party 3 starts to catch up to Party 2. And I assume that both groups continue up with Party 1.
Yes.
Okay. So you all meet up together. You are now outside the keep with all the prisoners. So, Captain, what to next?
Was that who's speaking?
That wasn't half bad.
Who's speaking to me?
That was Hans.
Han.
That was Han.
I can't tell. Keeps changing my typing. Whatever.
Well, so... next thing is we're going to go hide in the trees again, since a group this large is suspicious. And then
We should be meeting up with that angry ball of hate.
And I'll go fetch him and then meet you at the place where we ambushed Frederick. Sorry, Frederick.
No, you're not.
You're right,
You're right,
I'm
we
not.
We do feel a little sorry. If it helps.
We do?
Me.
Slight giggling coming from
Oh,
the
you.
fox.
You were always strange, fish man.
Raises finger to object. Lowers finger.
Okay, so that's the going plan now, is that everyone's going to hide in the trees and
Right.
Volofik
Here.
is going to go...
Oh, you're up here.
Yeah. And then Volofik is going to go fetch Rimeldin.
Alright. Volofik, roll stealth.
Yawn.
Oh boy. Natural 1. I'm glad I have a obscenely high bonus.
And
What is
also
your
that you're
bonus?
pressed by yourself at the moment. So that probably helps a little bit.
Just a little bit. Not much.
Also, I forgot a bonus I had earlier, so my earlier... Alright, that is my lowest roll.
Not bad.
Nice.
It's not
Alright.
Yoko level, but...
It's pretty good.
How do I fare? What challenges and trials does Volofik run into?
While you're walking across the road, you stumble and trip quite loudly over a dropped weapon, a big great sword. But as far as you could tell in any direction, no one was around to see it. So you continue onwards. And as far as you can tell, uneventfully, aside from the tripping...
Hold on. There's just a random dropped sword.
Yes.
It's a pirate island.
Apparently.
When has
follow?
pirates ever taken care of their crap?
Well,
I'm trying to come up with a good reason for you to trip. What do you want? Do you want me just to say you trip over a rock?
Trips.
Well, he
Well-
could just be a lot more embarrassing. He could have tripped an animal poo.
well,
There's a banana peel.
at any
Okay, I am rolling a d4. On a 1, it's a sword. On a 2, it's animal crap. 3, it's
A banana peel.
3, it's a banana peel. 4, it's a rock.
there is no 4.
I rolled a d4, and I rolled. Oh, 4 was rock. 2, you slipped in animal dung.
Oops.
Thankfully, there was only one pile, so you did not land in another pile.
Unfortunately, Volofik rolls barefoot.
You're going to need some water.
Oh,
Oh.
oh, big F.
Go wash yourself when you get to Rumodoon, man.
Good, buddy.
Yeah, Volofik quickly detours toward the water and starts picking up speed rapidly.
Must travel rapidly.
Fast travel, fast travel.
Not so rapidly that it starts flinging everywhere, though. But once he arrives at the water's edge, he practically dives in it.
And is Rumaldude close enough to witness this happen?
Volofik took care to go down a ways, but
I would have thought that Rumeldun simply has a sense for when something humiliating has happened to people. He's
They
just so
have an
spiteful.
empathetic link.
I was.
I was gonna say, out of sheer spite, he can just tell when people have been humiliated, so that he can laugh at them.
Yeah. He doesn't entirely know what happened. He just knows something happened.
When Volofik emerges from the water, Rumaldoon is just there, looking on questioningly.
Come on, Reynolds. We're gonna close the door, though.
And upon asking Volofik what he happens to be doing in the water again, Volofik sheepishly says he tripped and fell in the ocean. Yes, he says back, and I fell in the ocean. That is definitely what occurred. I tripped and fell in the ocean. And then Volofik drags himself out of the water, feeling humiliated. And says... And then he brushes himself off with magic, also drying himself off.
Prestidigitation.
Yes.
Spell.
Speaking of magic, Major Image is gone by now.
Yeah, since you went so far away, I bet.
That's fine. We're in the woods.
Yes. Anyways, he would have lost his concentration anyway. So, Volofik gestures for Rumaldoon to follow, and they both head back in the direction of the party, while Volofik quietly questions Rumaldoon, asking if Rumaldoon saw anything out of the ordinary while they were gone.
He would not have. No one had entered or left the mansion since you left him to watch.
So Remington wasn't throwing a crazy party for Captain.
What?
I was expecting Grimwald will be throwing an epic party for Cap.
So, Rumaldoon makes a sarcastic remark about how he saw a pink unicorn fly by. Volofik just gives him a look, and then they eventually make their way back to the rest of the party in silence.
When you arrive, the first thing you notice is Han and Juan roughhousing with each other. And in true
Yelling at each other in Scottish, French, German accents.
with very inconsistent accents that are changing constantly.
What are they arguing about?
They're arguing about whose beard is longer, whose beard is overall better.
Rumaldoon perches at the edge of the chaos and starts egging them on, despite them not being able to understand him.
Yes,
Oh, stop it! You always knew that your beard was all full of mange after then mix in the prison cell.
Wow, that was good.
Yours is even worse. It looks like a cat threw up in it.
A cat? What do you mean with cat? There's only been rats in the cell, and I think about 3 of them threw up in yours.
That's canon now.
Yes. Is anyone going to interrupt, or are they going to continue? Who said what?
Volofik is finally going to go up and be like,
What?
My beard's still better though.
and then he's going to say, "Excuse me, you two. You seem like you're having a fun time, but the show must go on."
What the heck are you talking about, you silly lizard man in a top hat?
And it's a very nice top hat. Thank you very much.
Okay. You know what, Nathan? Do you want to just voice Han entirely? Because you're way better at it than I am.
Okay.
If Zemo retires, you have to be Han now.
What happened to most people? I guess he can be a Scottish goblin?
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Anyone Scottish, because you do it so well. It's amazing.
No, your Swedish chef is better, just saying.
That's true.
I have also been working on my Irish accent.
Yeah, I like the Scottish better.
Yeah, I haven't gotten as much done with the Irish, but
Yeah.
it's interesting.
I'm a filthy Midwesterner, so half of those sounded the same to me.
Alright, so Sidon goes up to Bolofik. What be the little ball of hate saying? What does he sing?
If
Who
I
cares what the man was saying?
Well, Volofik says that if he were to tell you everything that Rumaldoon had ever seen, that you would be haunted with nightmares for the rest of your life. But discounting that, Rumaldoon has not seen anything out of the ordinary recently.
Wow,
So,
amazing.
Captain,
Such a
he's still in the
spectacular scout man lizard.
Aye! That means we've been knowing the captain's still in the house. We still have a chance.
But we're gonna have to act fast in order to wake up and realize all the prisoners are gone, the whole place is gonna go on lockdown.
Aye.
Good point. We must act quickly now. So, I feel like the best way to infiltrate would most likely be from an angle none of them expect. So
Are you saying we should paraglide in or something?
No, I was more thinking something a little bit more mundane. And
Because
by
paragliding would be pretty cool.
it would be, but I left my glider in my other suit.
This isn't Breath of the Wild.
So
Sorry, hang gliders.
so I feel like we should just pick a second story window to a room that looks unoccupied, and someone tosses a grappling hook. If we're lucky, there will even be a balcony.
We should start by moving towards.
But the front door and the back door probably both have wards. So let's avoid the more obvious entry points. And even then, we should probably be more cautious around any entry point.
Be there a chimney.
There is a chimney.
Is there a
Well,
cell?
I'll puff and I'll blow your house down, but I don't think any of us are the big bad wolf.
As amusing
Climbing down chimneys.
as amusing as a chimney would be, I don't think everyone Volofik looks over at Excalibur would fit.
But the fish can shrink into a tiny magical item, right?
At the cost of the spell, yeah.
Well,
There you go, problem
Second
solved.
level.
if
Second
you
level
can
spell list. You.
if you can do that once more, then sure. We will.
Let's look for a balcony, or we can sky.
Actually, that is the perfect way to defeat Captain Morgan. All we have to do is get up really high, drop the fish item on him, and then at the very last second, turn it back into the regular fish, so that Captain Morgan is squashed to death by 2 tons of fish.
Or we could have him eat the fake fish and then have it expand.
Volofik does
That's
a
a good
face
idea
palm.
too.
Now about that thing where we had to act quickly.
Let's act quickly.
Let's act quickly. We
So
actually have to act quickly. I have like another.
Alright, you guys would have known. You guys would have seen that there is a balcony on the front, but that's all you would know from at the current moment.
Well, let's go look at the back. Through the woods.
Let's
and
go
darkness.
scout
Well-
this place.
So
Let's go
Volofik just leads the party straight through the woods. And what does this side look like?
That side is just a sheer wall. There are plenty of windows, but you're not sure that they're entirely. Like, there's plenty of windows that you could potentially use, but they are, again, fairly obvious potential entry points.
Actually, we could give the fox some rope, and then I could throw the fox through a high enough window, and then we
Oh
could
my
all
goodness.
climb up after it.
None of the windows are open. They were all closed.
What about that balcony?
You could potentially do that.
Volofik points up at the roof. As stupid as it sounds, maybe fine. Let's
Be a bit of a tough,
let's
be a bit
all
of a tough throw for me, but I think I could pull that off.
let's all go die in a chimney.
Yay! Yay!
Is Yoko accepting of this plan?
Pretty sure a chimney would be warded, but sure, let's all go die in a chimney.
Yoko does not care because she's good enough at landing things that she should be fine. He'll have to do a strength check and me in acrobatics, I'm guessing.
Yep.
I can
Zemo,
Okay.
roll strength.
Give me a second to find my strength modifier.
Should be on your
Alright.
on your
Yeah,
survival
there we go.
kit.
And since I'm in fox form, that would
Oh,
be.
come on. 13.
Wait, Zemo, don't you have special buffs for breaking crap down?
No, he's
Yeah,
throwing
but that's only for sundering.
Oh. So, yeah,
He's
special
throwing
moves
me.
to break crap across, break stuff.
All right. So Yoko, you are thrown upwards, but you miss. You are unable to get enough height to make it all the way to the roof. You make it about 20 feet up to the 30-foot roof. And
Okay.
then you start falling back down. So I'm going to need to make an acrobatics for a landing.
Okay.
How much does Yoko weigh in fox form, just as a curiosity?
Not much.
How much is not much, exactly?
I'll have to find out how much the foxes weigh in
Not
Pathfinder.
much.
What does the fox weigh?
A fox wouldn't weigh more than 10 pounds. I'd give 12 as a maximum weight for a fox.
Okay.
They're not much bigger than cats.
A red fox, 4.9 to 31 pounds. Apparently a red
Can
fox.
get big.
Fat fox!
Yeah, that's a really big range it's showing there.
Very big,
Well-
manly fox.
Yoko's not fat, and if you claim that she's fat, she will bite your face off.
LOL!
And she definitely could.
Alright, joking aside, the question becomes irrelevant then.
Alright.
Well, I said it would be a tough throw. Do we want to try again?
Well, what did you roll on acrobatics? Is that 27?
That was for, yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're fine. You don't weigh that much, so I'll just assume that your success in acrobatics mitigates all fall damage.
Yeah, okay.
Heck, your acrobatics are so good, maybe you could just climb up the side of the building yourself.
That's
Yeah,
climb.
I mean, my climbs... I mean, I'm a little tiny fox, and that's a pretty long distance to be climbing.
You have a rope, and you can turn into a human.
And I'm not...
Do you want me to throw you again, fox person?
Hold up, I got something. I reach in my bag of holding, pull out. I have an unmovable rod.
You have
Oh.
two immovable rods.
I have one unmovable rod. I know it takes two
Great.
to make a ladder, but I have one.
I mean, is someone strong enough to do the American Ninja Warrior shenanigans?
And I know that you can do American Ninja Warrior shenanigans behind the backs. Can Yoko pull this crap off?
Oh lord, that is
You need
crazy.
high strength and acrobatics for that.
Okay, that's not a Yoko thing. Yoko is not the strongest foxy lady.
Due to bad statting at creation, Zemo only has a +3 to strength, so...
Oh
Okay.
no!
Volafik simply suggests using the immovable rod as an aid for climbing. I'm pretty sure that I'm pretty sure that mechanically that would reduce the DC to surface with handholds.
Yes.
Maybe
Part of the reason I'm wondering about retiring Zemo is because he's so badly statted.
Yeah. There's only so well you can stat an orc paladin. Is the problem.
Maybe, the half fox lady form Yoko could pull off the climbing maneuver with the unmovable rod and
Okay.
Alright, who's doing the
Yoko's
climbing?
Okay. Yoko's going to turn back to a human and say, in this form, I'm not the strongest. And I don't know how well I'll be able to climb that far, but I can try. I mean, do you want me to try climbing with that thing?
Do us proud, fox lady.
Volafik
Okay.
is quietly facepalming in the background.
I'm still assuming acrobatics is the right check.
I mean,
This is
acrobatics-
climb. Climb is strength-based.
Sidon
Yeah.
doesn't know that.
I mean, I really prefer
Sidon would
someone-
know that.
like,
It
you
requires
know
muscles
that
to hoist oneself.
He's assuming she can do flips and crap. She should be able to climb. Watch it.
I mean, Zemo, why don't you climb? You're strong, buff man. You can do climbing. I'm more.
I am also a large buff man, and part of the issue with acrobatics is that the bigger you are, the more body weight you have to carry.
Ah, but here's the trick. This
Volofeek says a very pointed "shut up" as loud as he can without drawing the attention of everyone everywhere, and then just puts a hand out for the rod.
I hand it to him. This is like the climbing wall of Pathfinder 2, although...
Oh no, not that again.
No, you're gonna trigger some PTSD if you mention that.
Half of us can fly, but we don't want to spend the spell.
So, all right. Okay. Enough.
Okay.
So Volofeek goes up to the wall, mumbling something about how he has to do everything himself, and attempts to start climbing.
All right, roll a climb check.
Volofeek doesn't even manage to get off the ground.
What was your climb?
He stops the immovable rod in the air, and then tries to brace against the wall, and
Who's breathing into their mic like that?
not me.
That might be me. I might have had it in a bad spot. I moved it.
And then gets maybe a foot off the ground before his grip slips, and then he plants himself flat on his back on the
Yoko
ground.
Walks up to him and helps him up with like, okay.
For anyone curious, the roll was a 0.
Okay.
How?
Wow.
A 2 with a -2 penalty.
Okay.
know what?
Yoko's going to be like, you gave me hope that I might be able to do this. Yoko's going
I got this. I got a trick.
Eh.
I cast
Yoko's
blow on
going to try.
myself. I can cast blow on myself and give myself a +4 to strength.
Okay, Yoko
Oh,
probably
that's
did it
pretty
right
good.
then. That's a 22.
Holy shit. How do you roll
Okay.
so well?
Okay.
Rogue.
My climb skill as a human kind of sucks, but I don't think I could do this as a fox. Okay.
Let's see.
You're on a
What?
22, that's amazing.
Yeah, but that was because I rolled a decent number to begin with.
That's higher, I think I can roll more.
He
Yeah,
rolled a
that's
natural 19.
All right.
Okay,
so
so does Yoko get up there?
I'm trying to see how far you can get with a climb check.
A
You only need
move.
one to climb the whole way up.
A
For simplicity's
15
sake,
foot.
and in order to not repeat the Pathfinder wall, can we please just say yes?
Yes!
Sure.
22 is a good number, and she has a magic rod that she can hold on to.
Okay, we'll just say you make it to the top, because you're right. I don't want a repeat of the 2E wall.
We
Okay.
don't want the wall!
Yoko's going to tie the rope that she grabbed before she got up there, and to like the chimney or something that's up
Yeah,
there.
I mean, if we want to solve this without cheating, I can.
You can
Nah,
what?
we'll just roll with it.
I don't think we're cheating even. The unmovable rod has to at least half or so the check. Just because you always have a handhold.
Hey man, half of good role playing is thinking outside the box.
Yep. Also, just remember, you don't need it tied around the chimney. You have an immovable rod in your hands.
Oh yeah, I get it tied around the movable rod. Then I'm like, I throw the rest of the way down. Okay.
Alright. So for the rest of you, I will allow you to take 10 to climb up with the rope.
Yeah.
So, and the DC for this is going to be 5. So unless you have a -6 or worse on your climb, you can make it up this no problem.
Well, I rolled a 19, so I guess I'm fine.
Yes.
Before I go
Now
up,
I rolled a 19.
Zebo, you climb it up, hand over hand, not even bracing against the wall.
Volofik slowly and carefully climbs up, while Rumaldun perches on his shoulder, giving him emotional support. And by
Before
emotional
I'm done.
support, I mean stream of vicious expletives, yelling at him for not getting up the wall faster.
Han
What are
and
you
Han
doing
snicker at the lizard man.
What are you doing about the fish?
before I climb up, I tie the rope around of the fish so we can hoist them up. Nah, that's stupid. I'm gonna go ahead and cast that.
Don't remember, you have like 17 people up there.
You're fucking right. That is so easy. Fish
Yeah.
point. We got 17 people up this damn thing.
You're still gonna have to cast a spell eventually, though. We just can't fit a 2-ton fish down the chimney.
We can sure as hell try.
So, Volofik quietly tiptoes across the roof to the chimney without getting too close to it.
I rolled
With
exactly.
cat-like tread.
Okay.
Alright. In all seriousness, it's probably time for some more stealth rolls.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ha! I'm looking at the climb stuff, and they actually talk about climbing a chimney.
Yes, they do.
It's kind of funny. Anyways.
Well, it seems like something you would end up doing a lot in a role-playing game.
Death Hawks.
Don't, I mean, this is my human form one. It would have been better if it
Yeah.
was Fox, but I'm
There's
just-
a-
You have
Rolls a 30. Only rogues rolls a 31.
Only rolls
Guys,
a
this is my
30.
bad stealth.
My bad. Aye.
Those are good rolls, Wowie.
Yeah, except I'm using all my good rolls for the wrong things. When we get to combat, I'm going to be out of good rolls.
Let's face it, we're not getting to combat tonight.
The dice will remember. The dice never forget.
Are you ascribing agency to the
Yes!
polyhedron? Alright, so.
So, we got like 30 people on this damn roof.
So,
Alright, so you guys all made it up onto the roof. And would you approach the chimney?
hold
you
on.
Okay.
I said before,
Okay,
Volofik
sorry.
approaches the chimney cautiously without getting too close to it. As he approaches, he puts up a hand and his eyes light up as he scans for wards.
He does not detect wards, but he does feel smoke coming out of the chimney.
Wow, would you look at that?
Volofik squints down the chimney.
Must be some fire.
How big is the fire at the bottom?
It is all coals. Hot coals, not burning out coals. Plenty hot coals. You do not want to be standing in that.
Shit. Should I hydraulic push the chimney? That bloke all stealth, but a giant torrent of water shoots down the chimney.
It would only flood the boiler room. That would be interesting to see.
Don't worry, it's just raining a little bit in this very one centralized area.
So Volofik just makes a face and says, "Well, who wants to go first?"
Sidon reaches for the ball of hate to throw it in. Throw it back into the
Yeah.
fire once it came!
Rumaldoon energetically nips at his hand.
You can, yeah, you can take an AOO. You can roll for that if you want.
I will roll for that then.
Watch this.
The
damage
more
later
blood,
on
the
in
better.
game's head.
Okay, 18 plus 9 to hit.
That hits.
Hot
For-
dang, son.
1 non-lethal damage and a trivial fort save. No wait,
Watch him
I
fail.
think
Is
the-
man lizard poisonous?
Yes, he is.
ac-
Gosh.
ac-
Holy shit! That was a natural 1 for a second. Rocks. Oh god, that scared me. Okay, I pass, but oh, that scared me. Oh.
yeah.
That would have been really funny if you failed.
Thinking about it, it might have to be lethal damage to apply venom anyway. I will double check on that. In the meantime, yes, Rumaldoon snaps at. We'll just ignore it for now. For now, Rumaldoon snaps at Sidon's finger and it leaves.
Drop of blood appear.
Yeah, just one drop of blood, and yes,
All that for a drop of blood.
and
Okay. Okay.
Rumaldoon looks at Brother John, and it's like, you tell him that was a warning shot.
My brother, the little lizard says that was a warning shot.
Sidon looks hurt. Emotionally, not physically.
Yeah.
He'd be just trying to return it to his home!
Rumaldoon glares up at. Rumaldoon glares up at Sidon. It is up to Brother John whether he wants to translate this or not. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep.
My brother Sidon.
Candyman.
My brother Sidon. The lizard wishes you ill.
Ah, you don't say.
Why is Sabrina following us?
Just what is it with you folks and this lizard thing, anyways?
Volofik finally gets tired of everyone standing there, and then he's like, give me the rope. I can't believe I have to go first again.
Deathhawk, no one knows why Sabrina follows us everywhere. We've yet to question it.
Alright, what are you doing?
Alright, so Volofik starts to lower the rope down the chimney, but not far enough to touch the bottom, for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Well, you don't want a fire rope?
Mm.
No, we don't.
And then, how difficult is going down compared to going up, or do you care?
I don't think there's a difference.
Just make
No.
it a climate check.
Not mechanically. So let's see. Climb DC for modifier for climbing a chimney is -10. When the
Why?
DC is only 5 in the first place because of the rope. So the climb DC is -5.
If you fail here, I think you got some issues.
Hmm.
So yeah, you don't have to roll. You can just go down.
Just
'Cause you
watch
can-
me roll my 4-dimensional dice that will somehow spontaneously proc a natural -3.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a 10 on that.
Anyways, Volofik slowly eases himself down the chimney. The difficult part is he stops just above the fire,
Okay.
and listens to see if there's anyone immediately beyond the chimney.
Roll perception.
Jeez, it's been so long I forgot what dice I had it on. 9.
9. You can't hear. You can't identify any locations, but you do hear feet walking around the general area. And more than just 1 or 2 sets. There is a decent number of people walking around.
Okay. So with that additional knowledge, Volfik swears internally, wishing he didn't have to.
If you have Rumeldun with you, couldn't you send him out to explore? Because I don't think many people would notice a tiny angry lizard running around in the darkened hallways.
Rumeldun is next to you. Yeah.
Zemo considers dropping the man lizard down to help out the lizard man.
Oh boy.
That's not a good idea.
I want to see this happen. I had a plan, a well-considered plan, but no, I want to see this happen.
And you know
Okay,
it's
Zemo, you gonna try?
Zemo leans down to Rumeldun.
Man lizard, do you want to go help the lizard man down there?
Rumeldun hisses at Zemo.
So
That's a
he's
yes.
behind Rumeldun.
totally. That's totally a yes. You should throw him down there.
Alright,
Hmm.
so Sidon is now flanking Rumeldun with Zemo.
Oh my goodness.
Oh gosh.
We're gonna catch
Alright. Grapple,
We're gonna... One of
grapple
us-
check to catch Rumeldun by the tail.
I guess a +2 bonus from flanking?
Rumeldun makes an AOO, and I'm pretty certain it misses.
16 total.
Yeah, 17 on the AOO. But yes, Rumeldun's CMD is a whopping 13. So you manhandle the man lizard.
And quickly drop him down the chimney to land on Volofik's head.
Oh no!
Rumeldun rolls an acrobatics.
Zemo whispers down the shaft after him.
Go help your friend. Be free.
Um,
Sure, let's just drop the lizard into the chimney with the fire at the bottom of it. It's a great
He's a
plan.
lizard. He's a lizard. He'll be fine.
Don't worry, there's a lizard in the way.
I forgot that Rumeldun actually has excellent acrobatics.
It's because he's tiny.
Well,
partially.
he only has a +2 and a +3 from Dex and class bonus respectively, but he also inherits Volofeek's ranks. Therefore, this roll on a natural 18 is a 30.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay. He lands. I won't say.
Yeah,
you can-
Volofeek is braced in the chimney with his back braced against one side of the chimney and his knees braced against the other, so...
And Rumaldun lands perfectly on his head.
I was
I
going
have-
to say on his lap, but since everyone wants Rumaldun to land on Volofeek's head, sure.
Yes,
Rumaldun
love that.
lands perfectly on Volofeek's head, causing Volofeek to make a very uncharacteristic surprised noise. and Volofeek almost falls down the chimney himself.
Roll stealth.
Natural 20,
Okay. You managed to not
30
make any
something.
noise.
and Rumaldun.
I will let you know that is a very good natural 20. But I'm sure you knew that already.
Rumaldun rolls a natural 1 with a plus 20 bonus.
So it doesn't really matter. But you managed to not make any undue noise, despite the man lizard falling on your lap out of nowhere and causing you to almost fall.
Rumaldun grumbles and says to Volofeek that as long as he's been forced down here, he may as well scout like he was asked. And so Volofeek carefully picks up Rumaldun and lowers him just enough to be able to see out of the fireplace.
I was imagining you lowering him down, like holding him by his tail, and then just dangling down.
Yes.
Yes.
That was also my mental image.
Alright.
Meanwhile, there's like Mission Impossible theme. So,
As he peers, right as he is lowered down enough, he sees a person wearing like the armor of one of the guards walk out of the room, but otherwise the room appears empty. And have him roll perception as well.
uh, 21 with 30-foot scent if it matters.
All right.
The scent has a plus 8 bonus.
Okay. He can. Let's see. You can smell two people. You can smell one other person off in the direction that the one guy left, and he can hear plenty of other people walking around. Specifically, the place where he can hear the most is towards the wall, like the outer wall to his right. That's where he hears the most activity, and it sounds like people are walking around, like patrolling the perimeter.
Alright. Rumaldun says to Volofeek to lower him down the rest of the way and not drop him in the fire like the clowns up at the top of the chimney tried to do.
Just trying to help.
Help
There's
the best
trying
way
and then
a
there's
clown
doing.
can.
Ouch.
Okay. So I don't know if it's necessary or not, but I'm doing it anyway. I roll a decent acrobatics for Rumaldoon. It's over 20. Slightly.
Alright. He is adequately able to kip over out of the fire pit and into the room. And it is...
Yeah, I imagine that he just falls down and lands on his feet right at the edge of the fire.
Yes.
Or at the edge
And-
of the coals, where it's uncomfortably warm, and quickly skitters away.
Oh no, what is this?
Oh no, what is this? I have to look now. What what is this?
A comic of Volafique's chimney incident.
Wow! How does this exist?
How did you draw this so fast?
I have a pencil and I'm a quick sketcher.
Wow! You okay, quit your job. You're now a comic artist for a living. I'm not kidding. Make a webcomic. People would I would
Make a Shenaniganland webcomic.
Oh
This would be, I mean, seriously, our stuff would be like,
Oh
it's
my.
fantastic material.
Hey, at least you have all the videos. So,
Yeah, you have all the video recorded as material to use.
Oh no.
Now that I'm actually home with Wi-Fi, posting to YouTube.
Just
favorite part-
just
My favorite
use
part was
like
adding the little angry eyebrows to Rumaldoon.
That's amazing. I love it.
that is just amazing.
That campaign was a success.
Wow.
okay, so Rumaldoon is now exploring.
Yes. So he drops into the room, and it is a living room of sorts. There is some rather comfortable furniture strewn about. A few nice, like...
Resisting the urge to tear it up just because he can. He
And a few bookshelves and, like, armchairs.
yeah, resisting the urge to tear it up just because he can. Rumaldoon.
And because he has a deep and seething hatred for all armchairs.
Well, more like a deep and seething hatred for existence itself, but who's counting?
Armchairs in particular.
So... No, there was this one time where an armchair was knocked over onto him.
He's held a special grudge ever since then.
Ever since. Alright, so Rumaldoon goes over to the doors. Are there doors between rooms, or is it just doorways?
In this room, they're just doorways.
Okay, so Rumaldoon follows sense until he is close enough to hear footsteps clearly. He is listening for any conversations in particular.
He cannot hear any conversations, but... let's see. Trying to think.
Would any of the footsteps be heavier than the others?
No. All of the footsteps sound more or less the same. Heavy, like from people wearing armored boots. And you do notice a pattern that they all seem to be moving the same direction. So it definitely seems like they are patrolling. They're all following the same route. Or at least very
Something's
similar
afoot.
routes.
Something's afoot in more ways than one.
All right. So,
But how much longer are we planning to play tonight?
About 30 more minutes, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
so Rumaldoon retreats back to the chimney carefully, and says that he's going to use the opportunity to sneak around a little bit more. Volofik is going to finally climb his own way out of the chimney carefully while in between guard rotations.
Alright. Roll acrobatics.
17? No, wait. I forgot additional bonus.
Oh, that's enough. Regardless, you're able to not fall in the coals as you shimmy your way out of the chimney.
Okay, so yeah, 22.
Yeah.
Ah, good. Was the man lizard able to help you?
And now, what about the other 16 people on the roof?
You better put those coals out. I
So
don't care if it causes more suspicion. We're not all making it through without burning ourselves.
so yeah, Volofik quickly goes to hide behind something before the next guard rotation passes through.
I'm just imagining him hiding behind a curtain with his snout still poking.
Yeah. Yeah. There are
No, with
there
his
are
tail
things
still
big enough.
poking out.
Yeah. There are some rather large armchairs that you could reasonably hide behind. And there's like no windows to outside in this room. So,
Is the room dimly lit then?
yeah, the only light source is the hot coals, which don't illuminate the whole room that well. So it does count as dim light. Yes.
Conceivably, anyone could hide anywhere in the room then.
Yep.
Yeah, but
I'm
it's
just
us.
using that to justify why you don't have to roll. Again, I mean. Short version is that as they're patrolling through, they're not looking too closely through this room.
Alright.
Alright,
Cut to the people on the roof.
so in between shifts, Volofik peeks back into the chimney and gestures for people to start coming down.
I'll go
Yoko,
next. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
go ahead.
Or me. Okay. The fish will not make it down the chimney, unfortunately. I would love to figure out a way, but so I'm gonna go ahead and cast Carry Companion.
Okay.
Turns him into a little rock. Stick that little rock in my, well, I guess bag of holding. I don't really have pockets. I don't wear pants. And climbing check. 5 plus 4, 9. Do I make it? Wait, it was a -5 to have to fail. So I make it, right?
Yes. You don't have to roll.
And the acrobatics to get past the goals.
Okay, roll.
In
15 plus whatever the heck I have. Is that enough? Is this?
That is enough.
Alright. Yay! Sidon's in 2. He's not a failure in everything. He can do something.
Huzzah!
All right. Meanwhile, some of the people up on the roof, roll perception, if you would.
Uh-oh.
I have actually. Yeah, what do I use that? $23. 23.
All right. What did Zemo get?
11.
All right. So Yoko hears, like, sitting on the roof. Yoko hears someone come out. Hears the sound of the door on the balcony open, and hears voices of two guards talking, although their voices are indistinct and she can't quite make it out. But she is able to tell that they are on the balcony, probably looking around.
Alrighty then.
So,
Yoko is going very quietly. Make sure everyone stays quiet because there's a couple guards on the balcony. And so remember, stay quiet. And then Yoko's going to go down the chimney.
right?
I was gonna see what they're saying.
Nope. You can deal with that. Yoko's going to have fun in the house. There's probably stuff to steal there.
Yeah, good point. I don't know about them. I'm in the room.
Do you want? I guess you'd want me to roll acrobatics to get over the coals, probably.
Bro, you're Yoko. You can just do it.
With her eyes closed.
Someone's gonna fall on these coals.
Okay,
eventually.
I believe that's okay. Oh wait, I forgot.
That's a high enough.
I wanted my bonus, man. I get double that, so 17. So that'd be 34.
Yes, you avoid the coals stylishly
Hello.
with like a barrel roll.
No, she does. No, she like just like dives down the chimney and then like grabs the rope and swings out of the fireplace, and then lands on her feet.
Yes.
Yell. And then
Cats
Yoko's
always
going
land
to...
on. Cats always land on their feet.
Did
Eat
that
your
hurt?
heart out, cats.
Then Yoko's going to turn to fox form, so you can prepare to start sneaking around. Definitely not to look for loot. Definitely not.
Why else would you sneak around if not to look for loot?
Is the people on the roof going to be doing anything?
Yes.
Zemo?
Yeah, Zemo. What's Zemo gonna do?
I guess Zemo's gonna try and climb down too.
All right.
We have like 30 people on the roof, and we're all going down the chimney one at a time.
I got a 9, so I think that's just.
We can think up.
A 9 in acrobatics total.
Oh, I don't think Zemo has an acrobatics bonus.
Okay.
Whomp.
Yay! Finally, someone's landed the coal.
You take
Could I-
3
could
points
I
of
have-
fire damage.
Could I have taken a 10 on that?
No.
You only get one try. Taking 10 says you take as long as you need.
You can only take 10 on checks when either you're basically guaranteed to succeed anyway. Actually, no. I'm thinking take 20. You can take 20 only when there's no penalty for failure and there's no pressure. But you can take 10 when basically
Only when you're
any
not
time
under
there's
pressure.
no major amount of pressure. So basically not in combat and not for knowledge checks. But
because we all know it takes pressure to get knowledge checks. Tests.
Yeah.
But the way I'm starting to picture this going down now is Zemo looks at the rope, looks at the chimney, forgets entirely that there are coals down there, and then just jumps straight down the chimney shaft and does a 3-point hero landing, and then remembers that there are coals down there.
When his hand starts burning. It just slowly starts going.
Roll stealth. There's enough people down there that you're gonna have to start rolling stealth.
Everyone roll stealth?
Please don't mess up the mission.
Not
Please
yet.
don't mess up the mission. 15?
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Oh no! What you think about that scary?
Next comes Brother John.
Volofeet curses and gestures for the big noisy orc to come over to behind the armchair.
Oh, that's just a great image. An orc and a lizard just hiding behind an armchair.
And then for my next trick, I'm going to make this orc disappear. Poke! You're in.
This is just making me think of all the stealth missions you get to do.
And then
What happens?
They're so
Volofeet
bad
casts
at themselves.
invisibility on Zemo, and he vanishes for 7 minutes.
All right.
You actually made the orc disappear. Nice.
Next comes Brother John.
Oh, no.
He's going to need that plus 20 invisibility bonus to not completely screw everyone over.
Yep.
Yes,
Because
I am.
now we're at the point where I'm not going to be using. I'm not going to be using like party stealth checks. I'm using individual stealth checks. So one person can't
That's
screw everyone else over now.
But
That's
yeah,
nice.
I don't think Zemo has ever done well when it comes to stealth. Like, remember when we were hunting the vampire and he somehow managed to knock over the only tree in the whole
Yep.
Oh, that is a thing that happened. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
putting this token by you because
Entire swamp and you knock it out.
yeah, I'm putting that token by you because we're probably gonna have to come back to this later. But
Yeah.
with any luck, we can find Captain Morgan before it wears off.
What are you trying to do?
and then with any luck we can go full Spanish Inquisition.
I mean, we're going bum rushing with 17 people.
Just suddenly get bonked in the back of the head by Zemo.
I mean, that's
Nobody would expect
theoretically-
it.
Theoretically possible.
No, wait.
but-
Wait, if we find a Captain Morgan asleep, we could
Good
get
job.
him to swallow the rock, and then turn the rock back into the fish.
It's
Yeah.
brilliant! Except the rules state that can't work because it has to be in an area big enough where the fish will take damage.
Okay, so the internet's plan for how Ant-Man defeats Thanos doesn't work in this situation.
I wish it would, but it does specifically take into account some that.
That's no fun.
Yeah,
but it makes sense.
Conjuration has anti-cheese countermeasures. And
That's disappointing.
Transmutation also has anti-cheese
Well,
countermeasures.
the DM could waive the anti-cheese measures in favor of having a fun game.
That is true.
Anything-
We'll make them swallow-
Think of it this way. Anything you let the players use is also fair game for enemies to use.
Yes.
Ooh.
So do you want me to be able to throw that stuff at you?
No, I don't want
Oh,
to
that wasn't smoke in that bomb. That was in fact very tiny things that get very big. Press this button. Party explodes.
Yeah, so I compressed this whale to the size of a marble and then I threw it like a grenade.
It's like, you know that meal I just gave you for free? Well, clap, clap. Everyone explodes into trees.
That wasn't lettuce.
Okay, joking aside, let's actually do things, because at this rate we aren't even going to make it to the fight.
Well, I don't
Yes.
think we're gonna make it to the fight, and I didn't expect to. But I would like us all to make it into that living room before we hit.
Okay.
I will say that it is impossible for all 17 of you to remain stealth within this living room.
That's fine. Let's all go in there anyway.
It is
No, we're
literally...
just no. We just gotta play sardines. The next guard who comes in
No.
loses, and we all kill him.
No, you know what? I am going to... I was actually planning on spending this on a combat spell, but frick it. I'm going to spend the rest of my arcane pool to regain major image, and then and then I do the false wall trick.
Do what?
The false wall.
Oh,
Mitigate the entire challenge of the situation, why don't you? But I'm not mad, seriously, because I'm not mad. I am glad you did that, because this would be very hard otherwise.
But wow, why can't we just have it where the next guard that walks in looks up and sees 17 people in the damn room?
Well, actually, he would only see 16, and then
Okay,
he would
so
immediately be smacked over the head by the
So
invisible orc.
so every time someone comes down the chimney, they just see an arm momentarily come out of the back wall of the room and gesture for them to come.
Nobody grabs them and pulls them.
Or that.
Alright. We'll go with that. So Brodo and Brother John all make it down. Both make it down without falling in.
Would the
And now
image still be good after the orc just full on fell right into them?
Yes.
Well, there's a pair of nice big footprints in it
Yeah.
now.
Anyways,
Oh, false
So,
wall.
Take it
There's the
back.
false wall now, so... Anyways. So now the whole party is down. Now to roll for the 10 schmucks. Let's see how many of them fall into the ashes.
oh no, saying that they're Sidon's crew.
Oh
no! Too happy about it.
So, Deathhawk, what do you think of the
Okay,
picture
this
of
guy
Yoko
takes 3.
Alrighty, off to a great start.
Actually, I'm going to...
Actually, could Zemo go over and assist people with coming down by maybe catching them so that they don't fall in the coals that he just now remembered that are there?
Yeah, well, yeah, as soon as Zemo
Sure.
mentions this in character, Volofik nods and says, You're invisible for the moment anyway. Just go ahead and help them out.
Okay. You still...
Gonna be kind of a creepy way to get help out, though. Like, you climb down and suddenly you are
Grabbed by
assisted in
something
not
invisible.
stepping in the coals by somebody invisible.
Just everyone
Okay.
get manhandled by the invisible orc.
I'll let you take 10 on this aid another. So I'll just give everyone an extra +2. You wouldn't have been able to help that last guy. He rolled a nat 1.
Oof.
That last guy was like practically avoiding your arms as he got down.
Yeah, Volofik also extends his illusion to the flames themselves, so that way the coals don't appear disrupted.
Yeah, I assume the
That
guy
all
who did the
takes-
nat one just did like the noodle, where Zemo's holding out both arms to catch him, and the guy just falls right in between both of them and falls in a puddle in the
That
middle
was
of
the
the
first
ashes.
guy. That was the first guy.
Oh, so I wasn't even there yet.
Makes it. Most of these people are making it, surprisingly.
That is very surprising.
What is this number? I can't even see what this number is. Oh, that's not a good number.
Mission Impossible theme intensifies.
I'm going to use a different die that's not semi-transparent. This is also a bad number.
Goodness,
Stealthy, right?
What?
The weird number one thing's kind of stealthy, right? They tried stealth during it.
Frederick makes it.
Yay, Frederick!
Patrick is in the dunce with fall acrobatics. Yay!
Who's not a part of my crew?
He is now.
Oh yeah, he is now.
Does that make him a dunce then?
Potentially.
Yes, everyone is a dunce simply by association with Sidon.
That includes you.
LOL!
I'm a dunce just for associating with this fish man.
Yep.
Alright. Everyone has made it into the living room.
And only a couple of people got burned.
Yes.
And we're somehow still stealthed.
Huzzah!
Amazing.
Yeah. Yes,
This
you
is
are.
Quite a miraculous chain of events, all in all.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do real quick. Objects,
Yeah, you
saved
pull up an
objects.
actual board for inside of the building, and I'm so hyped.
Well,
Oh,
for now,
actually has one. What is this?
I'm just gonna draw. I didn't prep a living room. I should have.
How
Well,
dare you
unless
not
we have
prep
combat
for
in
this
said
full
living
house?
room, all you need is a rough layout.
Yeah, which is what I'm doing for right now.
Alright, so Volofik whispers that now that everyone is down, they can stay concealed here for the moment, and that Rumaldun and Yoko can scout out the building and try to find where Captain Morgan is hiding out and who he's with.
What appears to be empty air next to Volofik speaks up.
I could help get out too.
Volofik
7 minutes.
Volofik narrows his eyes in Zemo's general direction. And
Why are you looking at my ear like that?
and it says, I'll put it to a vote.
Between who?
All in favor of letting the noisy, clanky orc scout out the area, raise your hands.
I raise my hand.
The noisy, clanky, invisible orc.
Me being unable to see where it can be, so.
You have tiny fox, no? Why you no have tiny fox, Scout?
That is what Volofik already said.
Oh, I did not hear.
Yeah,
Volofik said.
Volofik said Rumaldun and Yoko can scout, and then Zemo's like, I can scout too, and everyone is like, no.
No.
Yoko's going to go off.
You know it's bad when people don't trust you to be sneaky, even when you're even when you're literally invisible.
Invisible, yes.
Well, I have said myself, Zemo never seems to roll well on stealth.
So, Volofik says it's best you. Yeah, given that you got no votes, I think it's best you stay here for the moment. I, however, will join the scouting. Will start scouting with everyone else. So, Rumaldun, Volofik, and Yoko are going to scout out.
Yoko will go out this door.
Volofik stops. Illusions.
Would this be a good point to stop?
He
I was
goes
thinking the
back
same thing.
and he goes back to maintain the false wall illusion. And
We're about to send out our two tiny creatures to scout.
Yep.
We've got everyone stealthed in this room. Seems like a good place to call it a night and come back later to continue exploring.
I agree.
I agree.
That is a very suspicious false wall.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
We actually got further than I expected us to, so I'm quite proud of us.
Yeah.
That is a very suspicious false wall.
Well,
Everyone
good
needs to
call
get
on
friendly.
that mirror image, because there's no way you guys could get to this point without alerting all the guards. Otherwise,
Everybody, what?
Everyone needs to get more friendly, because that is a very suspicious false wall.
It's only in the middle of the room.
Zemo can actually be out here because he's invisible for the next couple
For,
minutes.
like, a tiny bit. I
Alright.
think you should be behind the full
all right.
What
I
did
am
I
writing the notes for summation of session 33. Yes, that was session 33.
Oh wait a minute,
Oh
the fish
my-
isn't here. Remember, he got turned into the little familiar
Yeah.
thing.
He got turned into a pokey statue.
I love how the cat lady is the one that fell and burned herself.
She was?
Yeah, she's the one who hurt herself the most. She rolled
The
like a
cat lady
3.
is the one
She
that
rolled like a
fell.
natural 3. So bonuses weren't enough to overcome that.
Sidon's crew. You know it's great when the lookout is the one that's getting hurt.
The one that lives in the map is the one that falls. Yep. That's my crew for you.
That is because she went...
chimneys.
No, that is because she went up, but she never actually went down, so she forgot how to go down from things.
Of course, she's a cat. She doesn't know how to go down.
Yeah.
It's like a cat stuck in a tree. She just went up there because she was gonna scout, and then she just couldn't come down.
She just looked over and was like, oh, I did not think this
It's
through.
like, and then she's up there, and then she's like, I guess this is my life now.
Like when your ship was taken over, they had to send a couple people to take her out, like firefighters would.
Yes.
And she always told me she was just napping.
Alright. So are we stopping here?
We're stopping
Yeah.
here. This is a good place to stop. We can scout out. It'll take the rest of the next session to scout the town, building, and the fight Captain Morgan.
I'm
Alright.
just glad we're still at the wee hours of the morning, so we could potentially catch Captain Morgan and assassinate him and not have to bother with the massive boss fight.
Oh, Nathan, he's Captain Morgan. You know he's partying hard till the wee hours of the morning.
I plan on getting as close to a full stealth run as possible.
Yeah, you guys are doing a pretty good job at this. Honestly, what I expected at first, when you guys came to the island, was for Sidon to like walk up and fray, I challenge a rematch!
Oh boy.
I tried that already. I did. I did that. Literally walked up to him in the middle of this robbery. I challenge you for my butt.
Yeah, I expected you to do that again.
And then instead we're going like full
Mission Impossible.
Mission
on this
Impossible
little
slash
Mission Impossible,
Yeah.
Metal
Gear
Solid.
slash Hitman.
I'm just saying, my stealth. Like,
You're right. It is Hitman because we have fish to hit people with.
we need muffins. We need
Oh, okay. Okay, Sidon needs to throw his fish at someone at some point now.
He has his fish as a little like rock in his pocket. He can just throw it at someone.
And the fish is a homing fish that will phase through walls to hit the person.
Maybe not that, but
Yeah.
Just continuing the Hitman reference.
yeah, I know.
I hate to burst anyone's bubble on the whole super stealth assassination. Sidon doesn't plan on stealth killing his arch nemesis. He just doesn't do that.
Well, we did say as close as possible.
I expect a boss fight will break out as soon as we actually meet Captain Morgan.
The moment he sees, he can be a big boy and play stealth. But the moment he sees Captain Morgan, I challenge thee!
That's gonna be pretty interesting. Like, imagine if Captain Morgan just walks into the room to have a cigar, and all of a sudden the wall just shouts at him, "I challenge you!"
And then like
Sidon just forgets he's standing behind an Illusory wall too.
Of course he would. He assumes
And Captain Morgan's just like, "Why is the wall talking? What
What?
do you mean the wall's talking?"
And the wall disappears, and then he's just sitting there, and there's like 17 people, weapons drawn, staring at him.
But here's the thing, Sidon assumes at any given point everyone is paying attention to him. He doesn't comprehend stealth that well. It just, it hurts his head. It just hurts his head to think about.
even when Yoko simpled it down to just be quiet for once in your life. He didn't get it that well.
Okay, by the way. Okay, so guys, I'm going to read off my relevant information from this session to make sure I remember it for the next one. Correct me if I'm missing anything. Everyone is hidden behind an illusory false wall in Captain Morgan's living room. Rue Muldoon and Yoko are going out to scout. Excalibur is a statue in Sidon's pocket. The guards are patrolling the floor, but seemingly aren't aware of the party's presence. Anything else I should note down?
That is adequate.
What are we even
Well,
gonna
Zemo is invisible for the next
yes.
like 3 minutes.
Seriously, anyone have an answer? What are we gonna do with this boat once we get it? I don't.
How soon is that gonna wear off? How long did it take to get everyone down?
We'll say 5 minutes. So you have 3 minutes left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he'd
If
have
it's-
2 minutes left.
Okay, I'll change it to 2 minutes.
Can we like try to not have the next session at the end of summer?
Yes,
that would be good.
I agree. I concur.
Yeah, like within the month, if at all possible.
Yeah,
My
that is.
schedule's a lot more flexible than most of yours, so
Alright, I'm killing the recording now.
All right.
yeah, kill a recording.
All right. I'm going to save the map.